Welcome to the Big Stevie Pump experience, coming at you live in a living color. I am, of course, none other than Bigsteviepump from Flealand of Bowling Green, Kentucky, Kentucky's largest flea market. Guys, you're going to want to come here and check this place out in person. These videos don't do it justice. The videos are great, and I appreciate my editor and my video crew. I mean, they're putting in all the hours, putting in all the hard work to make this thing go for you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Keep sticking with me. Keep checking us out. We got some cool things to show today, guys. So I wanted to take a minute to showcase this Maximum Sweat figures, which personally I just think are terrible. But there are people, there is a market for them. There are people that like it. But what it is, you can see how they're kind of, deformed looking or whatever. And you get this little bottle and you would fill it with water or whatever. And then I'll show in here a second on the back, you put this in their back, and then the wrestlers, they'll just start sweating. Like they'll actually start leaking this water or whatever. So okay, here it is on the side. So it's got a hole there where you would put the squirt bottle in there, and then it has this little knob, and I guess you twist it or whatever, and then the wrestlers would actually start kind of crying. And you can see, here's kind of the run of some of these Maximum Sweat guys, and they did a few series. I mean, this was at least series 3. I can't remember how many they did, but it looks like there's 6 guys in each series, so there's at least 18 of these out there. And this is the Titantron Live, like before they even started doing the Ruthless Aggression figures. So this is like way early, old school, Jack specific, WWF stuff. Because look, it even says WWF. I mean, this is the before they had to get the F out. But anyway, I'm not a huge fan of these Maximum Sweats, but there are people, like I said, there is a market for them. But I just randomly have this Big Show here, and of course the Rock's on the cover of every package. I mean, heaven forbid we actually get Big Show on a Big Show package, but it is what it is, folks. Guys, a couple things. So this just came into my possession here. It's an original G.I. Joe case from I think this is 82. Yeah, 1982. Here we can get a shot of that, the date there. So one thing, one of the stickers from the inside actually got stuck to the back. I'm going to try to get that off. I think I'll be able to. This is actually one of the names of the people. So this case is actually in pretty great shape as far as the outside goes, the decals and the graphics. It's like I said, it's in pretty decent shape. The only bad thing is sometimes these are the types of things you have to watch for. So that sticker that I was showing you is one of the stickers that kind of go on here. But this case is missing 2 more of these bars, and then, well, actually kind of a little third area, and then the trap door for the weapons. This is where you're supposed to put your weapons, and you put the figures in here. So anyway, this is a really cool case, and it's 40 years old. And it's in pretty good shape, other than it's just missing these pieces. But if somebody had these inside pieces, they could get them a good outside and kind of kit bash it together, refurbish it or whatever. But that's pretty cool. Now, since we got this G.I. Joe stuff, that's the only piece that we got for the 3 3/4 inch scale from the 80s. So these are actually from 2006, and these prices, when I get this stuff, it has different prices on it, and I usually take it off and change it to whatever it should be, or whatever. These may be coming in a little high, but at the same time, here's like Snake Eyes. Is that Snake Eyes? I think it's Snake Eyes, ain't it? Yeah, Snake Eyes. Some of these this is about what they go for, so some of these prices are probably pretty accurate. Of course, I try to buy things where I can, sell them at a reasonable price for people, long range. But these come out in 2006, and just a different style. Obviously, they're a much bigger scale, but they're kind of more, I call these more kiddie. I mean, here you go. You can get a look at like Zartan. This is one of the better figures in the set, and what did they had on there? $40. That's probably about right, to be honest with you, on him. But he's one of the more popular characters, but you can see kind of how blocky they are and everything. So these do appeal to kids, maybe some collectors, but most of your hardcore G.I. Joe enthusiasts, they almost want to forget about this line even existing, to be honest with you. But it does have value to the people that are really into this. I mean, people that were, kids in that 2006 range, they're going to love this stuff. one bad thing about having big hands, you know, and a small case or whatever, is you constantly knock stuff over. At least I do. We're gonna see if I can pull this off. I already got a leaning Brock here. I may fix him in just a second. We're trying to get the bushwhackers in here, and then we're going to get a set of 3 demolition, axe, smash, and crush. Put crush in here. I'm selling all 3 of those as one set. They do normally come with masks, which I don't have the mask to any of them, but we're going to go ahead and get Brock Lesnar out of here. See if I can line him up. These actually have holes on the bottom of their feet that you can put them on a stand. But like I said, I dropped the stand in there, so we may just have to try to see if we can get him on a stand in there, which is easier said than done. So we may just get him to where he's standing up and just roll with it like that. Look, here's a Dennis Rodman from back in the day. Like, it's a crazy figure. There's a couple of oddball figures in here. Giant Gonzalez, he's another rare piece. He was very tough to get. And then like the High Chief Peter Maivia. For 20 years, I didn't have this figure. And now I have 3 of them. So there's one here, and I actually bought one off eBay probably 5-6 years ago maybe. And like I said, never touched the figure, never owned it. Searched for it for 20 years almost, and then now I have 3 of them. It's just weird the way this stuff works. Thank you for joining me today on the Big Stevie Pump Experience, coming at you live from Flealand of Bowling Green, Kentucky, Kentucky's largest flea market. Guys, I appreciate you sticking with me through this series, you know, each and every week. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. You know, we're going to do some big things with this, man. We're going to see where this thing goes. And, you know, put in the comments something you'd like to see or whatever, but you really need to come see it in person. I mean, you know, Big Stevie Pump on camera, you know, is a nice touch, but not as nice as a touch as you actually being able to come and touch Big Stevie Pump. And I'm going to go ahead and give you the Big Stevie Pump guarantee on that. Man, where the hell is my damn trophy, man? This is ridiculous. I got a feeling I know who would be trying to come up with something like this. Frickin' Zay, man. I know that he's a part of this. I'm going down there to see him. Where's Zay at? He ain't around? He's always walking around doing something. Well, there's my trophy. I knew that he had a part in this. I'm getting my trophy back. My Employee of the Month award. Zay could just be super shocked when he comes back by here. Yeah, we're going to get this and take this right back down to my booth, right where it belongs.